The creation of animist charms by the great master monks of old and to the present day has been performed by some of the greatest monks in history, and it is believed that animals and their images possess certain magical qualities, and Luang Sanit of Wat Lambua Loy is one of those masters. The famous masters are of course Luang Po Derm, Luang Po Noi, Luang Po Pan, Wat Bang Bo, Wat Bang Hia, Luang Po Nok, and so many other masters who have made animist charms. This is the famous tiger amulets of Luang Po Pen of Wat Bang Pra and Luang Po Mi of Wat Prasong with his Luksit Luang Po Le and Luang Po Wong of Wat Pariwad, as well as the great Luang Po Sud of Wat Kalong, and many other Geji Ajahns. And Luang Po Sanit of Wat Lambua Loy was famous for his Wicha Jorake, sorcerous crocodile amulets. It is said that one of the past lives of the Buddha, he was born as a Paya Jorake and had 500 crocodiles in his entourage, and that he was a very powerful crocodile. The name of the Buddha in this lifetime was Paya Gumpi, and the sorcerers of Thailand and Khmer and the hill tribes took the crocodile as the past life of the Buddha from the Jataka to use as an image for making animist charms and amulets. But when it comes to the Paya Jorake amulet, you have to hand the top mastery to the great Luang Po Sanit of Wat Lambua Loy. Luang Po Sanit never really told anybody where he got his Wicha Jorake from, but it is assumed that he took it from a Khmer master. And the Wicha Jorake is highly renowned for its Klad, Kongrapan Chatri, and Maha Ud bulletproof power, as well as Maha Amnat commanding power within its magical forces. It is said that whether you cross land or water or air by any vehicle or by foot, that you will be protected by the Jorake Akom or the Jorake Tone, which will protect you in all areas and evade all deadly dangers. It is said that his power to increase the magic of the Jorake to his immensely famously powerful magic came from Luang Pusek, who taught him everything he knew about how to concentrate the power of the Jorake tone, after which Luang Pusek disrobed and left Luang Po Sanit to continue the Wicha. There is a legend that Luang Pusek at the beginning of his apprenticeship took Luang Po Sanit to the edge of the river and pulled 4 carved Jorake amulets out of his pocket. One was made from Mai Kun, 2 were made from Mai Tong, and 1 was made from stone, and he threw them in the river. Shortly afterwards, 4 giant crocodiles appeared out of the river and poked their heads out, rearing up. Luang Pusek then tapped the water with his hand, and the crocodiles came to him and transformed back into the amulets, and he put them back into his yam carrying bag. But one strange thing was that only 3 of the 4 actually appeared, and one of them was missing. But Luang Pusek told Luang Po Sanit that one of them had escaped and would come to life for 7 days, but thereafter he would return back to his original form. Luang Po Sanit of Wat Lambua Loy was born in Nakhon Nayok in the year 2468 BE. He was born in the municipality of Pakung in Prajinburi, which is just below Radburi and before Chumphon. so it's in central Thailand, moving down towards the south. He was ordained at the age of 23 and given the Chaya or monk's surname of Yasitaro. Luang Sanit never separated people by caste or status, and always practiced and treated people the same way, regardless of whether they were very poor or very important people. And he went for many years on Tudong and got to know the ways of the animals and understand the minds of the animals in order to conquer the Wicha of Animist charms, including the Wicha Jorake tone. Of course, Luang Sanit was also very famous for his carved stone turtle amulets in black stone and red bloodstone, and other bloodstone carved amulets. His Padipata was impeccable, and his amulets were so famous for Konga Panchatri, Klauklat, Mahaud, invincibility and protective magic, and long life, especially for the Jorake and the Taoruan amulets of Luang Sanit. It is said that Luang Sanit had very miraculous abilities to empower amulets with various kinds of magic, and who empowered his amulets with various sutras and formulas which contained the merits of the Buddha, as indeed both the Paya Jorake amulet, the crocodile, and the Paya Taoruan great turtle were both featured in various Buddhist Jataka tales, which means tales of the previous lives of the Buddha. And it is believed by devotees that the amulets of Luang Sanit bring successful achievements, bring high status, commanding power, long life, protection from disastrous accidents, which is what we call Pi Tai Hong, which means to die screaming in a disastrous situation, and invincibility against weaponry, and that secure financial growth will be certain. And apart from this, the Paya Jorake of Luang Sanit also represents the great King Crocodile in the Chalawan folk tales, as well as the King Crocodile as the past life of the Buddha, and is recounted in the Haroi Chat 500 Lives of Buddha story, that the Buddha was alive as a king crocodile with 500 more in entourage. And now we can enjoy a look at some visual imagery of various editions of the Paya Jorake tone of Luang Sanit and the Paya Taoruan, and of course the Gasak or the Gafak sacred crow with which has Sariga in sacred powders, also of Luang Sanit, Wat Lambu Aloy, most famous for his sacred crows, his crocodiles, and his turtle amulets. And here we can see the arrow on the back of this particular edition of the Jorake tone Akhom of Luang Sanit, And I would like to mention that this will be seen on the Palat Khik, especially those which are carved in wood or ivory or other substances, and sometimes on his favorite bloodstone Palat Khik, which are very rare because they are very difficult to carve from stone. And this arrow is a Sanyalak, one of the signatures of the Wicha or Luang Sanit of Wat Lambo Loai, and is also a magical symbol with a magical meaning. Luang Sanit was also said to be able to foresee the future, and when somebody was coming to see him, he would know. And he would also be aware of how many people would be coming and why they were coming to ask for help or what they were coming to ask for. And he made predictions sometimes, which always came true. This, of course, made him extremely popular with the devotees who were seeking to know their horoscope, their future, and their fate. And his name became very highly reputed within the area with the local devotees. And by word of mouth, this traveled around the country to the point where Luang Sanit became a Geji Ajan of national status. And this is, of course, the Paya Tau Ruan carved bloodstone great turtle, or the world turtle, or the previous Jataka incarnation of the Buddha as the great turtle from Luang Sanit, which can be found in many forms, in metallic and stone, and, as you see, as a coin, hand inscribed or not, but most preferred in bloodstone. And the first one we saw was puja size, which is about 8 inches long. This one would be a portable one and worth encasement and wearing as an amulet for lucky fortunes and prosperity, good karma, long life, and protection from Luang Sanit of Wat Lambo Loai. Luang Sanit passed away on the 14th of March in the year 2542 at the age of 74 after 51 years of ordained life. His remains were preserved for many years within a glass coffin for devotees to pay reverence and beseech blessings. Because his remains, they didn't rot or disseminate, which means it's a sacred sign in Thailand if a monk without mummification remains in his original state at death, and this is considered to be a miracle to Buddhist folk.